Okay, this is how you start to make a batch of almond milk. I got 1 cup of almonds, and I'm soaking them in water. I usually do it overnight, but really they tell you that it needs to be soaked for at least 4 to 6 hours. And if some people like their almond milk without the skins on their almonds, so soaking them overnight makes the skin pop off a lot easier too. So if you're one of those people who likes the skin off your almond, then overnight soaking is the way to go. Alright, well, I'll get back to this tomorrow and show you how to finish her up. So here's those almonds. I let them sit overnight. They look kind of gross. Whatever that stuff is, it comes out of it. Anyways, what I do next, I rinse it off. So I'm going to sit down and go about doing this. I don't know if you're supposed to rinse these off or reuse that water or not, but okay. Now I got those all rinsed off. I'm going to mix these almonds with 3 cups of water. This is 1 cup of almonds that have been soaked all night. 3 cups of water. And they tell you should use like an eighth of a teaspoon of a scant eighth of a teaspoon of salt or something. So I had about that much salt, I guess. You can see that. Maybe just a tiny dab more. All it does is make whatever you're using as a sweetener to make it sweet, so you can use less. This is what I'm using today. It's my organic agave nectar. You just kind of have to, I don't know how much I use. I just use enough that when I taste it, it tastes right. So you have to season it to your taste buds. And I also sometimes like to add different spices like nutmeg or clove or cardamom or coriander, cinnamon, allspice, and vanilla. Got a batch of some vanilla I made. This is my homemade vanilla. Made this batch with rum. Add some vanilla. And I sometimes use like raisins or dates or cranberries or something. So then I'm going to grind these until this cycle stops. Okay, I just ran it through the first cycle. Let this run until it stops. This is where you taste it out. Make sure it doesn't need anything. Anything that really needs ground up, I like to put in the very first batch. Well, I know that tastes about perfect. A little bit of vanilla, homemade rum vanilla, some agave nectar, a dab of salt, a cup of almonds, 3 cups of water. And now a lot of people, they don't like how all this pulp inside their shake. They want it for their milk, their nut milk. They want it to be all smooth and silky like regular milk. I don't bother with any of that. But there's this thing, it's called a paint filter. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, it's a paint filter and plastic band. I think you get like 2 of these for around $3 at the Home Depot. They also call them milk filters, or I don't know. But anyways, you filter it through here to catch all the pulp if you don't like the pulp in your shake or your milk. But I don't mind the pulp. I figure it's good for me, so I leave it in. And then next I just take this here almond milk and pour it right into my jar. A lot of these people who make this kind of nut milk, they want you to use distilled or purified water. I make so much of it, I just use tap water, so I drink tap water. I just think it doesn't matter to me. I drink a lot of tap water, so I'm not going to spend money to make my nut milk that much more expensive. So anyways, that's how you make almond milk. This is I guess it's about 5 cups, it says, up to the top of the foam. I put 3 cups of water in there, so makes about a quart. I guess. So I'm coming out with about 4 or 5 cups. There you go. Homemade almond milk.